It's time for Transport Line, the program that showcases the contributions of all modes of transportation to the socio-economic growth and development of our country, Africa, and the rest of the world. Transport Line is being beamed to you from the Center of Excellence, the state of aquatic splendor, and Africa's second largest economy. I am Shino Ilegbede. Thanks for being part of the program. A lot has been happening in the transportation world, especially in the maritime sector. Maritime, because today we're going to focus on the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund, CVFF. Recall a few months ago, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu directed the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy to quickly disburse the Cabotage Fund. Since then, there have been activities, interaction between stakeholders and NIMASA, that is the body that is responsible for this disbursement. Well, NIMASA promised August, and I tell you, to God be the glory, already we are in August. So the countdown has started. So today, I have with me on set a shipping magnate, somebody that knows the nitty-gritty of shipping sector in Nigeria. He's the chairman board of trustee, Nigerian Ship Owners Association. And of course, he is the pioneer president of that particular body. So it's the privilege of Transport Line to have on set Chief Murakinyo Jolapamo. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, Shina, for inviting me. Thank you.
Chief Jolapamo, we want to start with the aspect of doing a quick appraisal of the Nigerian shipping sector since the defunct and liquidation of Nigerian National Shipping Line. How do you see it?
That's a big question. But I would rather say that even before the demise of National Line, we have not made much progress in shipping development, and it's a deliberate action. I can tell you point blank that there is no success story in shipping to date. The National Line went down for various reasons. But when you look at the private ownership, they went down for the reasons that the government refused to develop the place, i.e., we have cargo. That's the basis on which you can develop shipping, the cargo to carry.
Yes.
But we have deliberately left it for the other people to,
The foreigners.
for the foreigners to carry. And till tomorrow, that has been the trend. And until such a time that we take the bull by the horn, can we? I'll give you an example. I was in the NMPC for like 10 years. We tried to introduce Nigerians to carry the cargoes from our refineries. And when some of us left, we almost achieved 80%. If we had done that, or achieved it to, say, 100% of local movement, then there would have been progressive something to trade internationally. And that informed why we fought and got the cabotage law. But of course, the foreigners that are enjoying this something, some don't know where Nigeria is. and they are earning like hundreds of $millions from Nigeria with their ships. That's what really irritates or angers people who knows what is in it. If we are making money from Nigeria and you think Nigeria is a shit, and we also accept that we are shit, because if we don't, we should have turned this thing around, like the Asian countries, like the Koreans. But of course, because of a few peanuts that some of our people get, they don't want to. Till tomorrow, we have been talking of FOB, CNF, and what have you.
CIF, yeah.
But we are importing crude from Venezuela when the Kaduna refinery was going to take off. If we don't pay them, they don't let us load. And we have to load on their vessels. If we are doing that way back in the late 70s, and today we are still doing the same thing, it's very irritating. And what can you do? We fought for we fought for the cabotage law. We got the cabotage law. Before the cabotage law was put in place, the foreigners were coming to us to come and negotiate. But the easiest way they find out is to sabotage us. So they went through the legal people to say, put this clause, put that clause, and they put, must be bid in Nigeria, must be this. If it's not bid in Nigeria, you have to have an exemption. They call it, what?
Is it waiver?
Waiver. And that, the people didn't come again. Because they know there is a way out. Till tomorrow we are talking about waiver. The lawyers that made the error that time, they can realize that they have made an error. But it's too late. How do we correct it? We are not facing how to correct, and that is the problem. I started being a CVR from the Navy way back in the 60s. And have not left the profession. I'm 80. And I didn't see, I've seen the Fajemirukums and the Folawiyos, but can anybody talk of success story in the industry? And we are not taking it serious. But I don't like to talk much about it because it's a vexing issue.
Thank you, Chief. So, well, we have to take that because if you don't learn from history, we make the same mistake and we'll be overtaken by history. So today, cabotage is on the ground. And part of the idea or the motive is to make sure that the fund assists indigenous ship owners to more or less build ocean-going vessels or procure ocean-going vessels. Today, before we start this program, we heard that there have been many meetings, discussions between the ship owners, indigenous ship owners, and the master. And what really interests media man like me is the issue of the 15% that you have to put on the ground. It's a lot of money. To start with, before we go to the 15%, what is the latest development as regards, because we are in August now. So August is here. Mr. President has said, look, you must disburse the fund by August. Is there any progress? Is there any sign to show that there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, it's neither here nor there. Mr. President is a man we call as number 6. Number 6 is sense plus 1. That means you can outsmart every other person that has sense. I know there is no money there. There is no money, and I'm saying it categorically because the money has been spent. But they have a way, admittedly, or given the government kudos, they want to do it. So they can gather money here and there and give to 5, 10 people. But I don't know whether it's going to be on a revolving basis or continuous basis that the money is meant for. Can you imagine monies that were being collected from 20-something years ago? I mean, it's not peanuts, it's not selling EPA. It's a lot of money. But we've asked for the account of those money. Nobody ever listens. But of course, if they start disbursing now, then we can ask what has happened from the beginning. But I know the government have good intention. Let me take you back to when was this APC government? 1950. Oh, sorry, 2015. When the APC won the election. And the present president was the leader of the party. He actually sent for us to come and give them a blueprint of how we want the maritime to, the direction to go. We did. You mentioned this guy the other time, Ilori.
Yeah, Emmanuel Ilori.
Ilori was actually working closely with me that time. I mean, we presented these things
To them.
To
Government.
them. But of course, the then head of state,
Buhari.
the late head of state, knew where those submissions were coming from. So he just threw it by the side. I mean, having known the originator from our days in the NMPC was the minister, while we were just junior officers. But a lot of things happened. They didn't do anything. But the moment he got in, he started off with some of this, and admittedly, what Oyetola is doing, he has good advisors, and he's listening. So some of the things they do, we can say is commendable. They may not be professional as such, but they are getting good advice. And if your daughter is beautiful,
You can marry her.
you can marry her.
Not possible.
But there is much, there is a lot that needs to be done to change the place, to really get us going. It is good. Give us, it's our money, it's a susu. It's what you contribute that you take.
Yeah, like a cooperative.
Precisely. It's like cooperative, but because the law has been introduced into it, they are making it difficult. It's a simple something. And if we imbibe what is done elsewhere, where they have attained, some people are now fighting, oh, this money they want to disburse, they must have shipyard to build. We cannot start building ship in this country in the next 25 years. And I don't know whether I will be alive. You can begin to dog with. You can build boats, small things, not ships.
Not ocean
not
going vessels.
ocean going vessels. Because there are so many things that are attached. But here we are. If the government do what they want to do, disburse money, are the ships going to take sand? They have to get a job of taking cargo. And that cargo is being held by the foreigners. That's the obvious. I was at one conference on some years back. That time they have NMA and then Jomalik. You remember the days of Jomalik? Rahman, I've forgotten, Alaji Rahman was their chairman. We went on this Seafarer something 206. And before we got there, every other ship owner from various countries know us.
None from Nigeria.
Know us from Nigeria. And our people were delighted when we arrived, that how their people have arrived. And those people who claim to know us, they are just avoiding us. So one of the younger person, a lawyer in Jomalik, called me, Chief, what is happening here? 4 days we've been here, these people are waiting for you. Now you came, everybody's avoiding you. I say they will avoid us because we want to take what belongs to us. If it's possible, some Nigerians have lost their lives in the process of developing shipping because they were doing it privately and people didn't realize the job they were doing until they left. That is the problem. Are we going to get hold of our own cargo to be taken? Or we will rely on foreigners to do it for us? They've been doing it since, how much is national line carrying?
Then.
In what belongs to the nation. It's not 10%. But
Chief, from your response, 2 things. Are we going on a wild goose chase as regards disbursement of CVFF? That is one. Then 2, the issue of freight and cargo being dominated by foreigners. What is the way out?
it's a very simple way. It's not complex. It's not rocket science. They've done it elsewhere. Nigerians have the first option of whatever is available. If it's there, you don't necessarily have to write it as a law. But if that clause is there, anything that belongs to Nigeria,
Nigerians should come first. Nigerians should come first.
Precisely.
Good.
The first option. And it's not difficult to achieve, it's just the will. And like I said, I think Mr. President might eventually end up doing that. I think, but all depends on the pressure and the goodies that is with it.
You mentioned, I took cognizance of that statement, that funds that has been taken for years, for decades, they are not there.
No, it's not.
So what do you do now?
Anybody that wants
and they want to disburse.
me,
How do we disburse?
no, the government can always get money. If they are saying they want to disburse, they can go and rake 200 million from somewhere and give to people like 7, 8, 10, 15 people. For instance, you mentioned about 15% of that will be paid by the owner.
Yeah, ship owners.
Most of us in the association now,
Are you pulling resources?
we
or-
are pulling resources
Okay.
together. We have actually formed a company. We've done it before. We've done it more than, this is the third time we are doing it. They will go and look for somebody. Shipping is where you get what is known as espionage in its best, where you want to cover your lies, or you want to turn lies to truth. Because you know, when it's said many times over, people will start believing.
Chief, today you spoke about indigenous ship owners coming together. You've formed the company and what have you. Has there been any green light from NIMASA that come so date this fund will be disbursed? Or what is the progress? How do we really move forward in terms of shipping sector in Nigeria?
Like I said, moving forward is not difficult. It's not something that will come from the blues. It's just a pronouncement. Pronouncement that this is what should be done from now on henceforth. I can tell you that the people supplying the NMPC vessels from 1979 or 70, their children has taken over, foreigners. The people that entered with them, that are Nigerians, that were encouraged to go in there with them, they've all fizzled out. Somebody should check what is going on. Is it because the foreigners know it better than us? Or is there an area where we are getting it wrong? But we all know where we are getting it wrong. It's just that we do not want to accept. And it's a few people that are in charge.
Where are we getting it wrong?
We are getting this wrong because we have left it in the hands of other people and not putting it in the hands of our people. You can make a law to say, if you do this, this is what will happen.
Yes.
If you do this, let me give you an example. Before we lost most of the tonnages, local tonnages that we had, when they didn't want to disburse the CVFF, we now have to go and fight to say, let us repair some of these vessels that we have that are old, that may not be able to trade anymore. The government, we got, I don't know, I can't remember how many billions to repair up to like 40 or something ships. Do you know, is that money somebody just took and go and buy a floating dock?
Floating dockyard.
Floating dockyard. That's the money they use. And nothing happened after that. It's over 10 years now or more. That dock has not
Generate a single dollar or naira for us. In fact, we are paying for storage.
no repercussion. Nothing. No, nobody is caught. Nobody is prosecuted. Nobody is. And Nigerians that invested into shipping, millions of dollars lost because those ships were lost. And it's an added advantage to the foreigners to bring their vessels. So they increase instead of decreasing.
Chief,
the bulk ends on the
president's table.
On the president's table. And I know that if it's not under pressure, he should be able to do within the time that he has the right thing for the industry. Without that, we will just be revolving.
Chief, I want to take you back to the statement you made that it will take about 25 years before we can manufacture.
Before we'll be able to start building
yes,
ocean-going vessels.
And
I stand to be challenged.
Good.
The Asians or the Southeast Asians,
Yes.
the
Indonesia,
Singaporeans, the Indonesians, the Malaysians, they've started building vessels about 25, 30 years ago. It's some of those vessels that they build and sold to people like the third world like us because of the design errors that those ships have. But they are still industry working. And they've trained their people. We are not training. What we are doing is just jamboree. They send cadet to 200,000. They've politicalized it. Rather than saying, I want to be a mariner. But bring 30 from the southwest, bring 40 from the northeast.
Northwest, southeast.
Development is not done that way.
Yes.
But who is going to stop it? Because there are so much juices that is coming to few people.
Chief Murakiyo Yolapamo, I want to appreciate you for being on Transport Line. It has been a period of education, information, and indirectly entertainment as regards the shipping sector of Nigeria. I thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure having you on Transport Line. Well, that is all about we are going to take on this particular episode. But before I go, remember, times are still hard. Continue to be your brother's keeper. Be compassionate. It's not everything that has to do with money. Even the utterances, responses you give when somebody comes to you for assistance is very genuine. Be your brother's keeper. Be compassionate. That way, the society will be better for all of us. Till next time, I say bye-bye for now.